Alright. To use my pals, and we both bugs it. Here we use is Glasgow genuinely. Once again, I had to tell you that. Sorry, I have to tell you that I have to record the video once again. That's because something happened, some glitches, and I have to do that. I have to do it once again. But and we use Glasgow genuinely and Celtic dafty. So how's it going? All right, my pals, my dear Celtic fellow fans, and my subscribers as usual. Oof, what was your what you've been up to? What you've been up to this week? What you've been up to this week? I have to tell you that I'll spill the brown week because it was two matches of Celtic. One's on a Wednesday and one was on a Saturday. So. First match week, Celtic Club Brigade. I have to tell you that what's your thoughts about it? Because that was fantastic match. But every one of you wanted Celtic win, right? Every one of you, I presume that every one of you are Celtic fans, including me, all right, wanted Celtic to win with Club Brigade in Champions League. But a draw is all right. It's not bad. But as you know, fantastic performance equals fantastic result. But this time was just a fantastic result. Not fantastic, but great result. All right result of Celtic. Which I'm so proud. I'm pure glad that Celtic didn't lose a point. I'm pure proud. That's because but Celtic wasn't on the 18th position in Champions League table, but I'd love to Celtic be something there higher, So let me sum up. So first half of the Celtic Club Brigade match was at Celtic Park. Of course, was pure ready. So everyone of Celtic fans were just like that. Oof, man, what was that, man? What was that? Oh, everyone felt like, pure ready. That was pure ready troops, Because Carter Vickers, a Celtic player, he shot a goal. She struck a goal into the rivals box. And he just shot a goal for them, for Club Brigade. That was 1-1. And the whole match ended 1-1. Jason Maeda was the man of the match, and the hero, because he shot a goal in the second half. Great man. So I should tell you that match fell nicely in the category of coming between disaster, which you first and then at triumph. So I hoped for. So in the first half, because I might have headed for those two possibilities, man. So as I mentioned, that play of Celtic wasn't in the sharp level we expected, but the intent looked lacking, the passing, the slack of the own goals as a result of done. And I thought we were far too timid, man. So the own goal stemmed for that. So it came from the Coskun, getting the ball almost at halfway line, going backwards with it. That's the first time he's done that this season, man. So he couldn't have picked a worse moment for it, man. So at half time, in very much of football, it's what our days against us. So as usual, it isn't a team that is going to roll over and die. So man, this is Celtic side with more spirit, man, more guts, grit. I've seen a long time. So that goes hand in hand with the quality, man. Rodgers have found that team, the leaders, man, they get spooked. So that was going to get out. They don't fold, man. They fold back in the second half. Jason Maeda produced his moment of magic, as I said, man. He was the hero of the match. I think we probably should have won the game. Aye. But result, it leaves us with just 8 points after 5 matches, man. But it doesn't sound like a very big number, but as I said, it's 2 wins and 2 draws. If anyone had said it's just 2 wins and 2 draws out from those first 5 games, so I think it will be the greatest of some belief, man. Just 3 matches left. The club will now have a big fight on our own homes, be big 15 points in the hop fair. So just 4 points, it gets 12, man. So also definitely get a playoff for that. But 14, well enough to get us a chance to finish the top 16. So which offer a better chance of an easier draw. the pure tough game would be with Dynamo Zagreb. It's another game match in the Champions League, but I think Celtic will manage. But they have to be pure strong and you know the no breakdown, no just be down and something happens. Then the rival Dynamo Zagreb strike a goal. They have to just go for it. Celtic has to go for it because without it, you have to believe that you win always. Because without it, you may lose. So I'll be watching with my hoops. Trust me, I'll be watching that with my hoops. Fingers crossed for Celtic, man. All right. I thought I just ought to have one. Celtic ought to have one. So, but I think a draw on reflections probably no an unfair result as mentioned. But the only reason we're feeling that just every day is that we know we're capable of a show to last night. So we know we could and probably should. Said, but that's only at 10 points right now, man. So so despite last night, I'm convinced this is the best Celtic side I've seen for years, man. What has built so a copious schedule ahead the man's place, that she can't even call last night a bad night. That was no bad night, or right night. But it wasn't just a form one. So even that we took Champions League, man, we took half left. It was in every good possession, so that was something that'd be disappointing. So without being bad, smearing disappointed because our previous performances, our results, man, were being so damn good. As far as I consider it a bad place to be, man. All right. Next match was yesterday, man. I was pure fucking buzzing because yesterday, I was buzzing, man. Woo! I was buzzing, pure buzzing yesterday because I was Celtic match plus the Scotland National Day. So pure happy. St Andrew's Day, that was yesterday, Scotland in my Glasgow. So that I was celebrating that as well. So I was buzzing a double times, price double plus double one. I was buzzing one, But according to match Celtic with Ross County, so summing up that match with Celtic Ross County, that was pure buzzing. So pure the brilliant performance plus pure the brilliant result. Fantastic performance of Celtic and fantastic result. See what I mean? That great performance, fantastic performance equals fantastic result. In that game, Celtic Ross County, that was something pure the brilliant. I was so buzzing, emotions painting up, First half, pure the brilliant. 5 goals. One goal, strike shot by Scales. Second one, every one of them in first half, man. So 2 by McGowan, fantastic. He was called the hero of the match. Third goal by Bernardo. Fourth goal by McGregor. Pure fantastic goal, man. 5 by Ida. So let me sum up that match for you. The Glasgow genuine Celtic daft, alright? So it was an afternoon to remember, man, but Celtic Park, the champions proved they did that famous team in Scotland. A brilliant 5-0 victory over Ross County. So I should mention that Brendan Rodgers make 6 substitutions. That changes that, so that's starting at 9 Saturday. So, and the Scottish Premiership clash, the first half performance, man, I held the depth of the quality hoop squad at the boys. I've controlled of a day of possession, so I think I wonderfully with Warren Pitchman. So just before 10 minutes, Marcus Sets were rewarded in their reward dominance. I like McGowan. Claiming the first 3 assists in the match, whipped and dangerous corner kick into the box, man, which was headed of the bar William Scales man to get a Champions the League. Is it me? I hope is it me. So well, I should mention that just before 10 minutes. Mark Sets were rewarded, man. So for their early dominance, I like McGowan. Claiming a 3 assists, man. So in the match whipped a dangerous corner kick in the box, which something like was ahead, isn't it? Just after William Scales, man, so of the Champions League. So 25 minutes played, Ross County had been chasing shadows. There's some booze outside Celtic penalty area, but Charlie Taylor plays his shot in the of the bar. So a moment after, Celtic slayed a double in a superb style, Liam Scales, man. So that's it. Look, McGowan switch roles with Scales and return it favour. And the clipping perfect through the ball in the penalty area, set up McGowan. So that's midfielder touch to bring the ball under control was classy, man. So it's finished for inside area. If I think it dropped across the keeper. So I need to make it to 0, man. So I just was shaking at the 35 minutes. So player points were secured by Paulo Bernardo, 3-0 the hoops. Once again, Luke McGowan was involved, slipping the ball through Daisy Maida with cute flick, man. So the Japanese forward is Paul Bernardo. We fired him for close range, but at the Celtic was right the state. So man, celebrations of Fergo, Barry subsidized my McGregor, so fantastic go back Callum McGregor. Just made a habit scoring man, we had distance for past season. Smash the ball at Roslado and make 4-0 man. So look my going. We had set up a Callum McGregor's goal. Was on hand again a few minutes after and slipped in a ball and Adam Ida on the edge of the area. So, the Irishman capped off a credible first Hochman performance for Celtic with sensational striking at a ball side to moves about. Thundered Renee 5-0 to the champions man. That's in the first half ended. Second half, no goals. But again, fantastic, great performance of Celtic. So, next match, of course, on a Wednesday, 4th of December, we Aberdeen again. So, fingers crossed for Celtic, man. Aye. All right. What I wanted to tell you more, that was the fantastic performance. Aye, his name is obvious. Not that game wasn't obvious at all. An excellent result, man. So, an excellent, impressive performances right now across the team. So, can actually think that we had a few incredible displays today for some of the players, not your side. So, but it's perfectly obvious that on display towards all the others. So, I mean, it belongs to Lick McGowan, which is match of the male. Hero of the match, man of the match. So I go 3, man. So assists for all that. There's already some discussion about whether or not a play on Wednesday night he's done himself. No harm at all. That's facts, man. So that's not even for debate, man. So extraordinary. But there's not a good case to be that mate for a team without him in it. So the strength of the squad, man, is good now. Fucking good now. They're probably greater at anything we had in a long time. So we had the goals now, just like everywhere. McGregor is having the best season getting amongst man. The signs of Rogers' first campaign at Ida got another, and there was a pitch on only fingertip save, man. So the second half the Neds second. So I mean, man, he had a great game having it harassing their defence. So he was that man. So did Bernardo, who got deserve a goal of his own. They're same scales, man. He strolled through that yesterday and got a goal and assist. So as I said, I'm feeling very good the night after the match. So after watching that storming display, man, that was storming display. So I've not only won this game yesterday, but we've done a rotated team. But I've done it without such panache. Such fair our dreams, as dream big now. We can watch a display like McGowan. I still wonder if it starts on Wednesday night. So indicates how strong we are. A tough challenge for it trying to stop us is. So what a fantastic place for this team to be. Man, Celtic is the club for me. It's my beloved club, I think I should, because now I'm going to tell you about flaws of Scottish legal system based on Glasgow cases. Flaws and miscarriages of Scottish legal system, based on Glasgow cases, alright? So, let's start, man. Alright. I'm going to talk to you about a Scottish legal system as it falls, or something to hate, maybe. Just a wee story, alright? I'm focusing on Glasgow, especially on Glasgow. So, you're Glasgow genuine, focusing on Glasgow as usual, Alright, so let me present you a wee history of the Scottish legal system, alright? So, as you know, the Union of the Parliaments of England and Scotland in 1707, perhaps that is like a system of two countries where dissimilar. Scotland, mainly a preceding century, so he adapted in the Greater Roman law, because as you know, the law in Scotland, law in Roman law was pure hard. So Scottish law is now pure hard. So if Scottish law is similar to that Roman law, it's pure hard one. That's been developed in juris of Holland and France. So if I was to suppose that law of Scotland is founded a different law from. The Scots either a term for civil law and then law other gap in their own common man or customary. So there's however a considerable infusion. A civil law and not is not nomenclature, not benefits of principle rather than precedent, man. Perhaps the most important distinction is the Scotland like England didn't separate the administration and the equitable law, man. So the Scottish conception of equity differs for English system. It's better like common man. So a law that is Scottish conception is of course it's fairly simple rules aimed at supplementing a law in order to prevent hardship, man. So it's also really gives that certain remedies that class equitable remedies, man. So which a court has large discretion, the grant we hold, man. So the old inquiry, the law of Scotland, has also retained original meaning. So the Scottish outlook as a hot topic places Scotland alongside, man, with continental civil law and they know the English system, man. So let me say some bit of history about the Scots law. There's a period of time that, you know, the main character is by merging the Scots of English law. So as one makes that merger, that existing law of Scotland. Depends on statutes applicable of both countries, not a House of Lords and the Legal Pact of 1876. So exclusively the English lawyers acting the Supreme Court of Spare for Scotland, Scotland's add to the tends to apply English law and Scottish appeals, man. So that in some cases ignore distinction between the legislative and justical functions. So another reason for a merging a system is the influence. So in Scottish legal text writers, so for a half the in fact treat English law as so it's just their own country. So the citation of English authorities, man, causes also a considerable effect. So man, oofed. So the system of Scottish courts is completely different for that of the English again. Is that closer a continental parent as with the Supreme Scottish Court in that Court of Session. Instituted at King James V in the 1532 upon the French model, man. So the court's two main functions of its original jurisdiction. A very wide range of cases, man. So we're exclusive of human matters and the appellate capacity. Here's appeals, man. So a criminal a petition, but a court a session, of course, instance called competiously out their house. So when each presided over a lord to ordinary, also my sheriff court. So the appellate court in their house sits in two divisions for second. So they presided over respectively under the Lord President of the Court Session, Lord Justice Clerkman. So all judges have the court to a lord. So are not in the account appears. So judges of court session, the traditionally judges of both facts of law, and in the early 19th century, civil jury was introduced. So that's because I wanted Scotland, because the House of Lords was where a great number of appeals that had to hear, man. So because the decision of jury can be an ordinary sense be appealed, man. So the House of Lords determined the caseloads, they're drastically reduced by the change. So for the inner house, to the House of Lords, later for 2005, now Supreme Court be right or no. As England, I leave that 2015, the Supreme Court was but leave only, man. So the right of audience in the court sessions possessed excluding members of faculty advocates of the Scottish Bar. So as you know, addition Sheriff Court is a summary court, man. So it is here's minor pecuniary claims. So the Court of Session has absorbed, as I mentioned, that to the function certain ancient courts. The Court of Exchange, Queerman, Admiralty Court, and then the 10. And the court in a commissionary court, and then which are formally dealt with a question of marriage law and sectionary, where judges have been been given separate to do lands valuation appeal court, registration appeal court, and election petition court, man. The Scottish Land Court that was established in 1911, so has jurisdiction in the wide range of matters relating to agriculture, disputes between landlords and maintenance. So agriculture holdings may be brung just process or agreement with the parties, you know, and allow up arbitration. So it also deals with questions referred to the Secretary of State for Scotland. So I'd love to now I'd love to focus on Glasgow murder crime cases, not inquiries. But before I move to that, I want to mention about the flaws of the Scottish legal system, you know. So, as you know, in 1960s, Glasgow was a city of contrasts. Hundreds of contrasts, man. So, it was a great field. And like a great field for murderers, for based on gang culture. So, the one hand was rebuilding itself after the war and decline of shipbuilding heavy industry, man. And on the other hand, Glasgow was haunted by poverty and rising crimery. So during this period, Scotland police was still catching modern forensic techniques. Now, they just use all their traditional forensic methods of investigations, you know. they weren't able to solve some of the crimes. And listen, that was pure fucking pish, man. I suspect that was pure fucking pish. That was a pish. That's pish, man, you know. Just a defense. They just relate on eyewitness testimony. That's more than pish, man. That was more than pish. That was the first law of Scottish legal system. Defense court relate on eyewitness testimony. Then defense has rights to cross-examine eyewitnesses. It shouldn't be that way. Witness, well, flaw is another flaw. It's witness protection was non-existent at all. Next one is evidence was flimsy and forensic science was still in its infancy. Then guilty members, murderers were able to manipulate judges in defense. Murderers were able to manipulate defense and judges. They were pure fucking intelligence, you know. And they were able to manipulate the organs of justice, you know, and then in Scotland and Glasgow. So I don't get it. How's that? You know, that you're able to, the murderers were able to manipulate defense, judge. How that happened? That was best, man, you know. They were guilty, but they were proven not guilty. That's because of they were acting as they are not guilty. And then the evidence was insufficient. That was just eyewitness testimony and nothing else, you know. Forensic evidence, pish, man. So, most of all, judges and policemen, lawyers, are prone to bribe, as you know, to be bribed, as they sentence innocent person. Most of all, I tell you is that some of the time that happens that the policeman is a best pal of a family of a murderer, of a best pal of a murderer. He knows that he committed a crime, he killed somebody, he's a murderer, but he's bribed to, you know, sentence another person. Next one is pure important evidence could be ignored, wrongly gathered. Or what else? No proper examination, step by step. They didn't examine a case properly. They just maybe hide. They were able to hide some evidence or destroy evidence, crucial evidence for a case, not inquiry. So that was Peshman. So probably I'm going to talk about Glasgow murder crime cases, miscarriages, the Scottish legal system, based on Glasgow. So first murderer is Peter Manuel, then I'm going to talk about Bible John, then Peter McGraw, and then Luke Mitchell. All right, so let me tell you that Paul Peter Manuel was a fucking, you know, pure intelligent murderer, and then he was financial problems with law at the very, 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 very beginning. He was getting himself into troubles all the time of his life now. He was able to manipulate the legal system. He was able to manipulate the judges, the defense. They just believed him, you know. He acted as if he was innocent. And he was proven, right, guess, not guilty. So, perhaps, you know, Peter Manuel is taken of three wings of the born and Samuel and the Samantha Bridget Manuel was so surprisingly, man. He was born in Misericordia, Manhattan on 15th March 1927, man. So his parents were immigrants to America, a sick better life, you know, just during the depression in 1920. So they tried to settle in Detroit. Samuel working at a car for a Bridget now. So working as a domestic servant. But Samuel became ill of poverty, drove back to Scotland in 1932. So to Glasgow. It was unsettled and they returned to move to Motherwell in Coventry in 1937. So Peter's first brush with law was in 1938. So he broke a chapel. The stole offertory box. That was just the beginning, man. Just theft. Breaking into. It was never out of trouble, as I mentioned. It was in the next few years now. A regular inmate, board stills approved. Schools, when he was 15, he committed the first act of violence and they attacked sleeping woman and hammered during a first housebreaking ventures. Verdween to Lee's prison about this time his parents moved back to Lanarkshire after they lost their home and bombing in Coventry. So on the 16th of February 1946, Peter Manuel broke into Bangor in St Hills. So we're at the area of Lanarkshire, Detective Constable William Muniz, Strathclyde Place, not a local sergeant searched a house, not just found a bedroom in the loft, have satisfied themselves was empty. That's because he hid the evidence, or destroyed the evidence even, that Peter Manuel. He destroyed evidence before the police. We found it. He was better than police now. He was fucking more intelligent than police now. He was acting like one, like innocent all the time. They gathered productions together, work took away, and fingerprint examination. So later a day, raising a forgotten cup in the kitchen of the house, they have a fingerprint on a Muniz returned the house as the day Manuel emerged from the garden, and they apprehended him. So he established that Manuel hadn't lived in the house. Behind a panel in the loft in the house was searched, man. So while the bail for the offence, he committed 3 assaults of the women, including the rape, expectant mother, going 8 years for that imprisonment, Peterhead prison. So the afternoon of Wednesday, 4th of January 1956, now marked the beginning of the largest police investigation Scotland's ever have, the Glasgow ever have. So it was exactly for 2 years, man. It was a cold the afternoon, and George Gibbon was talking that I could go, man, there is Kildare, they found the body of a young woman in a wooden area known as Capering Copse. Second by the say, a Gribben around where the road, so they bought the engineer's man, his frantic description. So that was taking a joke. The workmen, workers, and of the day afterwards, Calder Glen farm where I called the policeman. So the first officers of the scene found the dead woman had been smashed in. The woman was identified as Anne Neilands, and 70-year-old, who left her parents on the Calderwood estate. The large investigation of a team led by Detective Chief Superintendent James Henry Lanarkshire. So very irritation of Peter Manuel's name I've mentioned frequently, man. So one instance of was that Constable James Moore, speaking to a foreman of the gas board gang who had been working there, their body was found now. Just work as a Peter Manuel has been to prison by rape now, scratches on his face now just over the 2nd January. So he was interviewed by Detective Chief Superintendent, but his father provided the alibi as usual. Maybe that's because he just asked him to lie, the police. So on 15th of September, man, so it was in the 1951, so I suppose it was called the break in the home in a bottle, which bore Emmanuel's hallmarks. Tins of food, man, had been thrown on the carpet while they were were bedding. And the next evening, there was a similar break-in 18 Finsback Avenue. Ben said quite a cash and jewelry was taken, man, so again, for that, they emptied the carpet. So, and the footprints were left on the bedding. The next morning, 17th of September, now, a couple of to 5th Finsback Avenue, the house of Swat family, almost only a fashion holiday in Argyll, left at home with his wife, not a married daughter, Vivian, and sisters Margaret Brown. They helped Helen Collison arrive at the house to find the curtains boot and the glass panel, the front door broken. When the police entered the house, they found Margaret Brown and Vivian Watt dead in their beds. They was later established that Webley Service revolver had been the murder weapon. The police investigation included Peter Manuel being obtained that was warrant the parents who said this to 4th Street, Addington, but to no avail, man. Every time they were trying to catch the Peter Manuel, he was able to, be away. He was able to brave them. He was able to, lie to the police. He was able to prevent himself an alibi. And at court, he dismissed his lawyer and he defended himself. But he was he had a feeling that I'm innocent, man. I can act like innocent. I'm the most important person here in this court. So that was special, man. He was, he thought that he's innocent all the time. He thought that he never go to prison for that. He never been sentenced for that. That was fucking pesh, man. So on a Sunday, 29th December 1957, William Cook of Moon Vernon, Lanarkshire, reported his 7-year-old daughter Isabel missing to the police now. So she had gone to a dance night before, but they're just doing a frantic search for members of the family. So a part of the investigation, man, so that I suppose search for River Calder, they found and the Isabel's shoes. Well, her handbag was just other personal effects, man. So Detective Inspector John Ray, a Chief Inspector man is among the senior officers man who's investigating girl disappearance. So Detective Chief Superintendent Henry Manners retired Verde Isabel Cook reported missing. On the Monday 6th January 1958 man, Chief Inspector man is was leading a search for around Gloria shaft. So ultimately Chief Constable John Westmacher stonden beside him by a horror man. As Wesson telling that people on a found shot in Bangor and Addington. At this point, man, Chief Constable Arnacher requested the Assistant Senior Detectives from City of Glasgow Police, Detective Superintendent Alex Brown, and Detective Inspector Tom Goodall were seconded to the inquiry. Right. Peter Manuel was then sentenced to death. That was the last death penalty in Scotland. The last sentence, the last of the death penalty. So he was sentenced to death on the 26th of May, 1958. That's how it ended his trial, but he was. Ugh. Next one is something maybe you remember that Bible Junkie is not a new hunt. It started at Barrow and Dancehall. As you know, the Barrow and Dancehall was Barrow and Dancehall is the greatest and wasn't the greatest on the Barrow and Dancehall, the greatest pure fucking did brilliant dancehall in Glasgow. So loved by Glaswegians, by musicians, by youth. No, Glasgow youth man, so to have the reference. So that's because when you go out, when you went out to that and went to that Barrow and Dancehall, you were able to, meet your true love, maybe your man, your husband, everything. So it was pure fantastic evening, man, pure the brown eye. So every last wanted to go to Barrow and Dancehall with their man. So, but it was a great night, man, and being out in Glasgow, going for a dance into the Barrow and wow, pure fucking perfect place, man. How's something about that Barrow and Dancehall, the vibes, the atmosphere, the every Friday night was a Barrow night. As you know, Barrow was established by Maggie McIver, so the same lady who established the Barrows Market, so it's the Barrow and Dancehall, established in around 1934. The greatest music venue, loved by Glaswegians, loved by musicians. Friday night, Barrow night, but there's something dark, secret, hidden in Barrow. I can tell you that, man. The Bible Junkies. The 25-year-old nurse in Oldmo, looking through a rare night at the tune, a chance to be at her done. Patricia Docker worked on Ursa Auxiliary and Mercy Hospital. I was a Newton Mercer outskirts of Glasgow and the bird her young son Alex to look after. So well, something happened, man. She left with the parents in the big state of south of Glasgow, so a short walk to Hampden Park. So 5 years earlier, man, so Patricia had married Alexander Docker as a 4-year son had been born. So, but in 1968, Alexander Copra had a Royal Air Force in Lancashire. So, the marriage was on the rocks, and she moved back to Glasgow. Young Alex left her mum and dad. So, that was on a Thursday, February the 22nd. So, 1968, Patricia was in her best place, man, and she came back in her best, man. I had been bitterly cold that day, so also wrapped up well in a duffel coat and a fair collar. So Patricia told her parents that she's going to upmarket Majestic Ballroom in the Hope Street, in the city centre. So, but for some unknown reason, I should instead the mere Dunmarket Baron dance one. She was out for dancing for a dancing one. So this is Gallowgate, about 2 miles away for a regular for a 25 night. So whatever the reason, the wait lay was have major consequences, man. The major investigation will quickly follow. Patricia's naked body was found on Friday morning at Carmy House Lane, just in a few hundred yards alongside place at local man who gives local garage there. So she was raped, beaten, and strangled after. He was heading working after grim discovery. She also suffered blunt force trauma in her face and head. The victim's handbag, watch and clothes were missing. Her clothing were never found, so their handbag was later recovered for the river cart. So, next case is as I'm tell you so. next woman was Jemima McDonald. She lived nearby the Patricia, the first victim. So Bible John's first victim. So that was she was seen alive at the Barrow, so where she spent the night dancing, the night out, not dancing also. McDonald was a Barrow and regular. His sister Margaret O'Brien took care of the Waynes after their absence. She told her, don't go out for dancing, but she went that night. It was an unfortunate night, so fatal night for her. So she's seen by several people in the company of young, well-dressed and well-spoken men. Shortly after 1 a.m. that morning, the brain was so concerned with her sister Sophia returned home. Later at same day, she began to hear local rumours that young Waynes had been sent away their elect tenement, so building in nearby McKeith Street, discussing a body lying there. But the Monday morning, Brian concerned herself of fearing the worst. Walking the old building, man. She discovered her own sister's extensively bad body, laying face, man, down on her shoes, not stockings, laying beside her, man. Her murder on the night of August 16th, 1969. 1969 occurred approximately, man, 30 years after her body was discovered. Like Patricia, she had been measuring at a time to death. She was strangled, beaten, and raped. So, in October 31st, 1969 as well, came the discovery the 30 young woman Helen Paddock, 29, I was back at Garden's tenement on the Eyre Street. So in Scotstoun, but a man walking his dog. So she's also been a Baron the night that I left a mystery man. Crucially, his sister Jean Langford had shared home text that sibling her new admirer. So for the first time, the post not proper witness the possible suspect man. Jean tells us that both she and her sister were chatting with two men who were both called John. One's the cord is there, that's Castle. The other had been a well-spoken one, but this close were actually left. After being two men producing up in the route for left in the Barrowland to head home. So John had been Jean's dance partner, walked to George Square and to board bus. Langford Paddock and the man within Paddock's dance partner hailed a taxi. The trio set off the Glasgow cross, making a 20-minute journey across River Clyde on the west side of the city. Langford told the detectives that her sister companion didn't drink and they repeatedly quoted for the Old Testament during the time they conversed with him in the taxi. So it was impossible to find that man. That case remains unsolved. The case of Bible John remains unsolved. And recently released statement the police said the murders of Helen Paddock, Jemima McDonald, Patricia Docker remain unresolved. We're in solved case man, so let's take a review new information about their deaths will be investigated. Alright, so next case is I want to recommend you a book, that great book written by Francisco Garcia, the Glasgow journalist, documentarist now, and then we all go into the dark. It is a story about Bible John, the hunt for Bible John. So really recommend it. The next case was a Tim McGraw. As you know, Tim McGraw was a Glasgow gangster. Vicious, pure fucking vicious, dangerous Glasgow gangster. He was associated with Glasgow ice cream wars. I just explained it to you. So ice cream wars was in one of my videos. So watch that video, please. So Tim McGraw was a Glasgow gangster, and he was responsible for a sin fire at Doyle's family. Because as I mentioned, watch my video about Glasgow schemes, as well as a Glasgow gangs as well, so truly recommend it, my own videos. I'm talking about Glasgow gangs and Glasgow schemes. So Glasgow schemes were out of Glasgow, on the outskirts of Glasgow. That's how they needed vans, drivers who deliver the products, basic products, not facilities, not the Glasgow schemes, inhabitants, as I mentioned. That's how the ice cream war started. There was the one man, Thomas Campbell, who was arrested and sentenced for setting fire to the Doyle's family and murdering the whole family because of this. That's because, as I mentioned, that was Tam McGraw's fault. Tam McGraw should be sentenced of setting fire at that Doyle's family flat, Doyle's family bit. He should be sentenced, but no. Campbell was sentenced and they just spent 20 years in Berlin in prison. Tim McGraw was dead. He's not never been sentenced for that, man. Really. May he burn in hell, man. Next case is Luke Mitchell. Luke Mitchell, as you know, is a man who is, wrongly blamed for the murder of his girlfriend, his birth, Jodie. And that Jodie has had a brother. His brother should be a suspect because he's he's prone to he was able to murder her. He was deluded, unhinged man, salesman. So I think that they just release Luke Mitchell. I strongly believe in that, man. So fingers crossed for that. So I wanted to share with you that film I watched recently. It was on Neds. Neds, I remember that Glasgow Gangs. Oh, here, Neds, film Neds, it's just about Glasgow gangs, not just razor gangs, street gangs, and reasons why young lads joined Glasgow gangs, I recommended to use my video, as I mentioned, where I was talking about Glasgow gangs. So my previous video, so Glasgow gangs, why young lads join gangs. The young lads join gangs, that's because they wanted to be a part of the crowds. Because when you were a bit clever, a bit intelligent than the others, you were left alone. That's how young lads had to join gangs. They have pals. To be treated, with respect. You had to be a part of the gang. You had to step onto the rank path because of this. And that's the history of the Nets. It's talking about non-educated delinquents. And the film is talking about a boy. It's focused on John McGill. He was a clever boy, of course, clever. He even went to the Catholic school. But, he came from a working class family. His father, of course, was alcoholic. Mother was a nurse, a part-time nurse in the hospital. He was a great boy. He was a fantastic boy. He was, pure clever. But the thing that he was clever, that bothered this, that he was clever. John McGill was clever. That bothered others. But he had examples in family, role models, big bro. His big bro, Benjamin McGill, he was a gangster. He was a part of Glasgow gang, one of the Glasgow gangs, and of course his father was, John McGill's father was a alcoholic abuser, a domestic homicide, responsible for domestic abuse as well. So that's how he had some example in the family, and just he treated his own brother, just the John McGill, treated his brother Benny as a role model. Because as you joined a gang, you were treated almost like a king, If you joined a gang, you'll have pals. You had to be part of the crowds. That was something wrong if you were clever. If you had fantastic results at school. That was that caused that you didn't have any pals on. We treated badly. People calling your names, That's how young lads joined gangs. That's how John McGill wanted to be better, fucking better, That's how he joined gang. That area of Glasgow was packed with gangs, so that's how he just stepped onto the wrong path as well. So I don't know how that happened to him, why he chose that way. He changed in the end of the film, but really, I don't know why this young lad, John McGill, it shows that Glasgow gangs had that power to join. If you join a gang, you're also fucking strong. You're a leader. You're a king, You're someone better than the others, You can do what you want if you're a part of a gang. And they just think young lads of Glasgow, they wanted to run away for the home abuse, the alcohol abuse, for domestic abuse. That's how they, filled their free time joining gangs. That's how. So, Not Educated Delinquents, that was Peter de Bruin filming. It's a age drama film, under the written by Peter Mullen. Set in Glasgow, of course, it stars John McGill, a teenager growing up in 1970s Glasgow. John's story follows his involvement in city's youth culture and his impact on his development as a teenager. The titles for award Nate, which is the derogatory term in Scotland at the hooligans. Glasgow, the hooligans loud petty criminals, and the film was received critical acclaim. Plot was Nate follows the story of John McGill, young boy growing up in 1970s Glasgow, where a brilliant pupil who excels at studies. Even wanted to go to university, man. His studious nature causes conflicts now with the working class family, wider gang-cradled neighbourhoods. John's immediate family consists of the mother, a part-time hospital, his father, an abusive alcoholic. As I mentioned in my previous video when I was talking about Glasgow gangs, I said that alcohol abuse was the main reason why men and young lads, teenagers, joined gangs. Alcohol abuse was the main fucking reason for joining gangs. Toolmaker and his older brother Benny was a part of the gang. He was a gangster, so that's how raw mother, as you know, big bro. There's a neighbouring gang called Young Cardi. The film opens at leaving ceremony during a school transition, so that's primary, secondary school. It's final day, John's accosted. I came was a member of Hardage Booker Pie Gang, so the young bad known as intimidates him, so threatening to beat him at move secondary school. John relays the details over the counter. His brother really still helped for him in his fellow gang, so members. They put a track down and still cancel as a punishment. So once John begins secondary school, apart from not being the top class, everything goes well. Informed by a headmaster that he will move to an appropriate level by Christmas time, but moving at a different for his brother, who assaulted 2 teachers, was expelled and successfully progresses in that. However, he finds himself socially isolated. That's because he was clever. He found himself socially isolated, as I mentioned, as his teacher advised him to attend a summer camp to wins disabilities to avoid joining gang. But he did that anyway. When the school year recommences, John McGill has changed his ways for worse. Doing graffiti on desks, assaulting teachers, being impolite to teachers, started for that. Smoking cigarettes in the lobby, and the lobby started break him. So at one point, I could have fighting that. Between 2 gangs, obtains a knife, a razor knife, under the door of the lobby cubicle, and which is his hidden. So, in the revenge for rejection of Junior's family, John throws a pair of football boots, fell for her through the dining room window while they are eating. He often visits a social club where members of Cardi gang eject. 2 members of the rival gang, the crew. John becomes the more deeply involved in gang feuds taking place between 1972 4. On walk with Claire, one of the girls from the gang, John spots his one-time tormentor Kanta, an isolated, slightly pathetic character. John confronts him about a bullying incident years later and agrees with passing Kanta makes a side mark about turns away. Enraged, John first knocks him in a flare and then drops a stone, slapping his head, causing permanent brain damage. Returning him, he finds the boss and boss a haste with him, so John, in the end, chose to change his ways and returned to school and attend the remedial class and wanted to have no further involvement with the gang. So the class goes in the field at Cliff Safari Park and then the anti-minibus breaks down thinking that teachers have abandoned with him. And the brain damaged Brown. John decides to leave the van. The film closes with John and Brown walking hand in hand in the distance through a parade of lions who ignored them. I don't get that, but it's alright. So, Glasgow gangs was that was the only solution, according to young lads. One, it was alcohol abuse. When it was domestic abuse. They wanted to be away from that, out the young gangs. They became fucking perverts, as I mentioned. But pure the brilliant film. It's truly recommended. So, I love to talk about the rivalry. As you know, Glasgow has hundreds of contrasts, hundreds of faces and backgrounds. On one side, Glasgow is pure the brilliant, Glasgow is quixotic, Glasgow is edgy, Glasgow is pure dark, bright, Glasgow is packed with a gang culture. It's a pure dark side. It's a gang culture. It's based on gang culture. So once called murder capital of Europe, man, and then Glasgow's a city with great fucking banter with a traffic cone. I have here of a traffic cone, so Glasgow became a traffic cone. It's a Glasgow thing. Glasgow had, so is mine. So the greatest banter, the brilliant accent, man, Glasgow accent on the par. So my beloved one. Glasgow's a fantastic atmosphere, vibes, you know, it's pure magical, man, and is the pure brilliant architecture, architecture heritage, shipbuilding heritage, that green spaces, I mean, the warm and pure friendly people. That's what makes Glasgow fucking pure brilliant, man. Fantastic, man. So, I love Glasgow to its core. Fucking love it. Glasgow is hard to love. Glasgow is hard to love. To spot these charms, beauty. Because charms and beauty are hidden. Glasgow hates. Glasgow's a bit shy, so she hates her beauty and the charms, but you have to discover it. The essence of Glasgow. So as me. So Joe, choose me as your tour guide. We will ever be in Glasgow. So no. I tell you, it's the essence of Glasgow. I choose the heart of Glasgow, the essence, you know. As you know, Glasgow is pure crazy fucking mental about football. Celtic Rangers fans. Celtic Rangers rivalry. I think it was so vicious, still pure fucking vicious, you know, and it's infamous. But the Rangers fans are the most arrogant and arrogant people I've ever met, man. With sectarian views, offending Celtic, throwing insulted Celtic fans. That's how I joined Celtic. That's how I chose Celtic. Celtic is on the bright side. I chose the right path. I chose the right club. Celtic is the right club for me, you know. It's always fucking square goes, fucking insults at Celtic fans. Even you could have been killed because you're a Celtic fan, because you're a Catholic, because you're Irish. You're supporting Celtic. As a Celtic fan, you could have been killed by a Rangers fan. And, you know, better don't, if you love your life, if you're a Celtic fan and you love your life, just don't go at your Celtic horse. I mean, dressed in the Celtic colours, I mean, scarves and hoops. To Brexton, Govan, or the Ibrox is because they're all type of Rangers areas. They could kill you for it, man. So that's just because you're a Celtic fan, you're a Catholic and Irish, as I mentioned. But better be aware, man. Even if you're walking around Glasgow, don't put your hoops, alright? Have Celtic in your heart. So as me, better don't. If you love your life, don't put hoops. At Celtic matches, you're right, you can do it. But that's right, man. Has that changed that rivalry? I think that was worse, but still, I can see that division, the sectarianism between these two clubs with the Celtic Rangers, is still vicious. You can see that hatred, the sectarian views. They're often square goals at Celtic Rangers matches, so it's still praising. But I'd love to make Glasgow is pure fucking mental and I'm crazy about football, as you know. I'm going to use my book that I Glasgow again. So, as you know, the squads, I mean, Glaswegians, most of Glaswegians, it's that are football crazy, man, football mad. The sport is bound to have a libido, fundamental craving. So when it comes to game football between Rangers and Celtic, the teams that represent both sides in that struggle, the preoccupied collective, unconscious Irish Glaswegians, so hundreds of years, man. We expect the emotional investment to be a fierce, man. So Celtic goalkeeper Ronnie Simpson was that rare and Protestant Catholic. Ronnie's father had been captain for Rangers Scotland. So this is all rivalry, man. It's more intense, the rivalry between Newcastle and Sutherland and Simpson on the game on the Glasgow. So you didn't feel that different until that day. So after matching it then could have been tension of a mixture left home. So sometimes were big games, not so big now. It's because there were so many foreigners playing for those days were local players, not all the time. So that's what I mean, you know, and there were big, intense games. Our religious side was not important. The players, not just spectators. So The players were just there to play football. I mean, I was Protestant, but I was just there to play football. They didn't matter at all. I just been at was concerned. So my father coped with a signing for Celtic on there for well. As you know, man, so I just coped with the best move, and it was a very pally with the manager, man. So Jim McGrory will play at Celtic against my father. So alright. There had been a tradition of the trade players for these two teams. Now I didn't know players from the Rangers, where I think he left out Johnson singing. So I can see a couple of weird happening. I was doubt in my mind, although they sort of flagged it after I didn't, and I passed to him because I was a Catholic man. Do you know what I mean? I'd like to think that I've just been the same for players. I'm thinking about they're only have kids and tell you that, and then truth. It got even a few goals in the end. I think business in a bigger impact. As soon as not a Rangers speaking, I think some supporters didn't came back. Maybe supporters didn't when I signed him. It's just a backed man. So in the religious issue seemed to be a bigger issue than the colour. As it is that Glasgow is a city of colours. A city of colours. So Glasgow's divided into two colours. You may hear a question as a Celtic fan. I'm not a Celtic fan, but in Glasgow, you may hear a question. What colour are you? What colour are you? Which colour is yours? Green or blue? Which colour is yours, man? So if you say green, that means you're a Celtic. Right? So they are, as you know, that Glasgow is a colourful city. It's pure fucking colourful. But I mean, that's the question. What colours are you? What's your colour, man? So that's be aware, man. But pure honoured, happy that I'm a Celtic fan. That's the club for me. Love you, Celtic, you know. But I have the faith that the kind of taxi driver was on an incident that one boy was killed. He was walking through fucking Rangers area in Brecton in his hoops. And he was killed. That's just because by Rangers fans. That's because he was a Celtic fan and he was wearing hoops. Celtic colours, you know. Taxiing out of Hampden Park last summer asked the driver whether I spot Rangers or Celtic, man. He said, I love football, but it's worth it. It's not worth it, man. He lost too many friends. Then they began telling me about murder that took place at Berwick of Anhill. Scottish comedians interviewed Jane Goldie, knew that young boy who's that stabbed to death just for wearing a Celtic scarf, walking along Earth Street, man. So, he was 18 years old, studying history of university, man. So, that small bought him that scarf with his birthday, man. He died with 15 stab wounds underneath parked car. The young guy was murdered and demanded for a boot out of prison. Protestant day terrorists. Then, of course, as I can tell you that if you ask, I watched the documentary once, no, you know, they'll ask a Celtic fan, do you have any pals in baseballs? Comes to fucking Rangers. He said, no, God, no, better no. And the one man said that a Celtic fan, right? So he answered that, I would say acquaintances, aye. So there are, of course, many less extreme examples of how sectarian side of football can get in the way of the famous Glaswegian friendliness, man. John Perry was surprised by reaction if he's not helpful. Bouncer from the Celtic when approached by the opposition fans. So one night we were around in the Celtic by the Ibrox adversaries, man, small inoffensive man. So man approached us. So Basna wore a cloth cut, man. Bant a trademark work man, a sporty blue scarf man, artkoven. En we clue that's team preference. Where's Kilmore bus station? The bus station is what question about 3 minutes. Walk away. That's a look down of the man and the best silk. Stare at the Rangers car. Pause for a moment. Then lay down at the parking from a side move. Till the can't, man, nothing. And I guess this disdainful at this distance over a inquirer's heat. So Celtic fans, Rangers fans are fucking zeros. I would say that they are zero. Fucking hee-ho, man. The only thing they did are embarrassing themselves all the time. Getting ready all the time. Football violence has been so interwoven with a better sectarian food for several respondents in a recent survey about football players about the sectarianism, the religion. So it was clear that sectarianism is strife in Glasgow. There's absolutely nothing to do with that religious beliefs that people engage in that. No one that have then met for disagree with that. Q was the religion, man. important to you when you were young? No. Which is that you weren't Catholic. That was all. That was all, man. So, the new. I'd love to change to my traffic cone once again, troops. Because, as you know, on 4th of December is next Celtic match, alright? But do you love that? So better prepare for that, man. I'm buzzing, I'm fucking buzzing. So do you love that Glasgow? We have a contrast of faces and that. Because I love Glasgow to its core. I love Glasgow to its core. Oh, hardships. Awfulness. Hardships. Wars, declines. Struggles. Difficulties, problems. Deprivation. Poverty. I love that Glasgow. I love that Glasgow the way it is. And I'm going to love that Glasgow. That'll be fucking deed. I love Glasgow to its core, man. Glasgow is truly fascinating sight. Pure brilliant. Glasgow needs promotion. Glasgow needs to be rediscovered once again. So choose me, I'll help you. I'd love to be a Glasgow ambassador. I'll show you around this amazing city, by the Clyde. So, do you love that Glasgow? Because I love that Glasgow. And I'm going to love that Glasgow. You know, to the end of the world. And that's all. Because admit that because of that poverty and deprivation, the most beautiful sights of Glasgow and sights of Glasgow shine that much brighter. Glasgow is a pearl. Alright, so next time I'm going to talk about my traffic cone is Glasgow Genuine and Celtic Daft, but most of all Glasgow Genuine. Ne, in a traffic cone. Alright, mental and crazy says Glasgow, but I love it, man. So next time I'm going to talk about accents of Glasgow, accent dialects of Glasgow. I'm going to talk about Glasgow, artists, writers. Most of all about James Kelman, which is about his work, how late it was Halaitna, why it's controversial. I'm going to compare the Glasgow accent dialect, I'm going to focus on my Glasgow as a producer of the best writers, singers, and artists. So Glasgow's a city of music, football, arts, culture. Glasgow's a city of my life. I'm going to focus on artists. And Glasgow classics. Why this Glasgow classics work should be promoted, awarded. I should be used to promote Glasgow. So, right, that's me, man. So, up to next match of Celtic, man. So, see us after. Have a pure brilliant afternoon. It's night, man. Sorry. So, it's a Glasgow Genuine Celtic Dafty. Glasgow Genuine, man, traffic kunde. I'm telling you, right. Night, ma, dear Celtic fellow fans, I'm a subscribers, ma everyone, So, see us next Sunday.